This is Gilgamesh. I want to talk about this movie, Alien Romulus. I'm going to begin with I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to really love it because I like Freddy Alvarez. I've seen some of his other movies, like his continuation of Evil Dead. Some people said it's a remake, but it isn't. It's actually in the same universe. Um, so, and just so you understand, I'm the hugest fucking fan of this movie. This is the DVD, Blu-ray of both the theatrical and the director's cut of this movie. This movie is the best sci-fi horror movie ever made. Written by Dan O'Bannon. He came up with the idea for this, and Giger did the effects for. He came up with what the alien would look like. Okay, this is a parasite. Okay, Romulus has a few things going for it. For one, it has this actor right here. Where is he? David Johnson is the best character in the movie. He's a synthetic named Andy. That's one of the bright. It does have a few things going. Like it has sort of like it's taken from Alien Isolation, like the way that you save in the game is in here, the phones and everything in the game, and it has the whole door, the way they open the doors, and it has a bit of the sound score from the original Alien in the movie. Those are the bright spots. Now, it's supposed to be. I'm not putting Alien Covenant or Prometheus. They're prequels, so they take place. And they're mainly about the parasite, the alien, how they came to exist. And Alien, it is a parasite. Okay? I hate the fuck out of aliens. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. But this movie, I wanted to love it. I went in, I was like, okay, I've heard people criticize this movie. I've watched others, and there's a couple things I understand, like I'll just put it this way, there's a point in the movie where they bring in a character that looks like Ian Holm. It's supposed to be he's the same synthetic as Ian Holm from the original Alien. They put that in here, right here. Ash was so what they do is they get this actor, I don't know who he is, but this guy right here. Daniel Butz plays Rook, who is supposed to be in every way the same synthetic as Ash. That's why he looks like a bit like Ian Holm. Even though you can tell he really doesn't completely look like him. This is the problem I have with this. This fucking word Cameron came up with to call the alien is that... so, yeah. See, while Alien is a terrifying, and I mean absolutely terrifying movie... that deals with they're in space and you're dealing with something that basically can wipe everything out. And these things lay their own eggs. That's what a parasite is. And that's what Dan O'Bannon wanted to do with that is the problem with Alien Romulus is the way it starts out is that they do, by the way, bring back, they not only reference the original Alien that Ripley, shoots, through she decompresses the ship and basically hooks the alien and then shoots it out of the ship. They find it and they use that does come into the movie. So that is the connection to the first movie. Those are the good things. Dear God, this movie was long. It's like 119 fucking minutes long, and I'm gonna say there's some people will say, "Oh, it's terrifying." I didn't find it one bit fucking scary. I found a lot of it very, very boring. It was slow, which I have no problem with. The problem was it was the characters, except for this character right here, Andy. I didn't care about the rest of these people. The one nice real practical effect, was the chest popping scene because they went. On Navarra, she gets a face hugger on her, and they're trying to find how to get off, and they find out that it's acid. It's basically, they think they'll freeze it to get the thing off, and they fight to get this, and they They eventually get the thing off, but it's too late. It's already laid the egg inside. And yeah, like I said, they want to basically scavenge this, what they believe is a ship, and it's really a station, decommissioned. And this, it's obvious from the beginning of the movie, they found the alien, they brought it back to this Romulus, and Remus is the name of the station. And when they get there, there's nobody. And essentially, as the movie progresses, it's very slow. So it's got the sort of to remind you of that, but the characters are so not, they're more annoying. It's like a bunch of diversity hires that you really don't like. None of these characters have the, like in the original Alien, you liked everybody. So, when things go to shit, you feel, even Ash, you like Ash because you don't know he's a synthetic. But here, right away, Andy's treated terribly. There's one, I think it's this guy. Wait, okay, I forget which one I think it's him. Yeah, he lost his parents to a synthetic, his mother, and so he hates synthetics, and so he picks on Andy. And you feel bad for Andy. He just wants to protect Rain, and her dad basically recommissioned him to do one thing, protect Rain. And man, could I not care about these people. So she finds out she can't leave this colony. They're colonists, by the way. They've colonized this planet, and basically she's been told, even though she did the hours they said, she wants to get off the planet and go to this other planet. But then when she goes there to show that yes, she's followed their, what they said, did everything, they changed it, so she now has to go and work in the mine that killed her parents. And so she, her friends contact her, and she goes and meets up with them. They decide they're going to go, and she doesn't tell them that she's not allowed to leave. So she basically, she calls Andy her brother, even though he's a synthetic. So they go up to this, and they get up there. They boost up to, and they get up there, and they get towards it, and they realize it's not a ship, it's a station that's being decommissioned. So they get on it, and the rest of this movie takes place there. Okay. Now, I'm going to say this. The alien itself is besides the original Alien in Alien and Alien Isolation, this is the first time in a long time that an alien actually looked like the proper thing. One downside of this, one big downside is the word xenomorph. Fucking Cameron, fuck you very much. But they stick to that it's a parasite. They do that. They tell you there's no queen. This is a parasite. Now, I was watching Comics Vision, and they were talking about this movie, and Tom Connors got really pissed off. He doesn't like Prometheus. It's obvious. And they put it in a scene they didn't have to put in this movie, but it connects back to Prometheus. And it's Rook. He talks about how they took one of the face huggers and they broke it down. And what they found was the goo. That's how they connect Prometheus to this movie. And I didn't see a reason to add that except because, I'll get to why that really actually doesn't work for the movie. And I get why people would go, that sucked because of the third act. The final act of this movie is god-awful. Like I said, one of the coolest scenes in the movie is the chest bomb scene. And it's with Navarro. She gets a face hugger on her. They do eventually, they're walking around the ship, and they find these, what do they call them? Pods. They're stasis pods. And they take them off the ship, and they put them on their ship. And they have to get, because there's not enough energy to operate these, for them to be able to go to where they want to go. So they're looking around, and they do take and put it on their ship, and they're looking around, and they get to this one room. They go in, and they have, they update Andy's chip so that he can basically build it, because he can get them on the ship because he's connected to Mother, Muther. I think that's how they spell Mother. So they get on the ship. They use him because they need him to turn things on. Then they get to a point where they get in this room, and they they're trapped. And so what they need is be able to open it. So she realizes she didn't know that its name is Rook, the synthetic. So they take a chip out, they put it in Rook's, in Andy, so that he can basically open the door, and it reboots him. And he's standing there with his like this. His eyes go up in his head, and all of a sudden you see all these face huggers, and they attack, and they go and I think it's Bjorn or Tyler says there's something in the water. They're basically it tries to build tension. I wasn't really that might have been the most possibly tense, maybe. I give it a little bit it seemed, there definitely seemed to be a bit of tension right there when they're trying to, it's not scary, by the way. It's not terrifying like Alien. There isn't that much tension. And so eventually they get, they get chased by and Navarro gets a face hugger. It put, and basically Rook is talking to them, and he explains that they have acid, and so they're trying to get it off of her. Eventually they do get it off, and the problem is it already laid the egg, and he tells them the best thing you do is kill her. And he explains how they, tells them that the best thing you do for her is to kill her. They don't understand this, so they, and Andy's been upgraded, so he basically agrees. They have to kill her because they can't let it get off the station. And as much as he calls it the perfect organism, it's also dangerous as shit. And he does say the word xenomorph, which I fucking hate. But he does call it a parasite. And so Navarro doesn't know, she has this, and then suddenly you hear this, like something banging. And all of a sudden she takes this light thing that lights up, and you can see the thing in her chest, and it's doing this on her rib cage. And eventually, and you're like, oh God. And eventually it does, and the chest pop scene is by far the best scene in the whole movie. And it breaks through. It doesn't burst like in the original Alien. It sort of splits the skin, and then she drops it, and you slowly see the thing and come through. It's coming through, and it's like that. So it does eventually get through. And like I said, that's the best, when you want to see the chest popper, but it's not just popping out. It's literally kind of, pushing itself out. And we want, sort of like they didn't show us in Alien. How does a little thing grow into the big alien in the movie? Well, here they sort of show you what happens. It cocoons itself. And they see this thing, and it's sort of moving. They attack it, and it spewts out acid, and it hits the guy. I think it's Tyler, or no, it's Bjorn. I think it's Tyler. Yeah, and basically the acid hand starts melting him, and he dies. And eventually this thing I have to look her name up, Isabel on here. Where's it? Isabel. She's Kay. Okay, Tyler's pregnant sister. Yeah, it's actually Bjorn that gets killed. He's the cousin. He's their cousin. He gets killed by the acid, and Kay, who she's pregnant, by the way. She finds out, she gets sick, and I knew right away she's pregnant from when she's thrown up in the toilet. And so basically the alien starts coming out of its cocoon, and you're like, okay, that looks really cool. Like I said, here's a prop. The alien you barely see in the movie. That's actually a good thing. Like in the original, you don't really see the full size of this thing. They use the dark and everything. And like I said, that's the positive of this movie. Now, the thing here is, this movie, there's a lot of problems with the movie. The actors, except for, oh wait, Navarra is, she's Arlene Wu. Okay. But Andy here, David Johnson, is the best actor in the whole movie. He gives the best performance of Yeah, he's a synthetic. Now, the downside of this is that, well, let's put it this way. They go down the path of aliens. Like, instead of being about one of these things hunting them and they're not able to, they get pulse rifles, by the way. On a space station in space, and he gives them pulse rifles. But then he says, I didn't expect you to use them, I expected you just to scare the thing. These things have no fear. A parasite like this isn't afraid. The gun isn't going to scare it away. But also, you don't fucking fire a weapon into space with something that actually has acid for blood. You're going to possibly kill yourself. So this was a stupid move in the movie. It's supposed to bring in aliens. This is the problem with is that instead of one, and they're trying to defeat it, there are multiple of these. This is where aliens and alien resurrection come in, because these two fucking movies play a bigger part in this garbage of a movie, especially the last act. Oh dear God. And the fact there's multiple of these it's called aliens, not called aliens. That's the problem I had with the aliens. Tells you, yeah, there's multiple of them. Alien was one. Alien 3 was one. And David Fincher, as far as I know, was trying to do the first movie, go back to the first one. That's why he killed off the two characters from Aliens. He wasn't trying to, but of course, 20th Century Fox said, fuck that, and he quit the project. But here, they bring in a bunch more, and it becomes a shootout. The scares are not here. The tension is not, like I said, there's the one scene where two and Andy are locked in a room, there's water, and the face huggers come to life. Yeah, and they thaw out, and they basically heat up and they're out. Oh, and they do explain these things move by body temperature. They're apparently drawn to your body temperature. So if you're afraid or anything, they'll notice you, and that's how they get you. They don't see otherwise. So they heat up the room. This is later in the movie. I'm bouncing around with the face huggers. Is that there's a point where they're trying to get out of here. And they've run into they're trying to get to their friend. Her. Because she's, they need to get back to the ship. And so basically Tyler, I think it's Tyler, I forget which one, it's Tyler or Bjorn, who is, let me make sure, I think, Bjorn, this is Bjorn. Okay, so he's with Rain, and they're with Andy, who's been upgraded. He now says, I work for the company. They're trying to get to the ship, and, Bjorn's girlfriend, which is Kay, is trying to get herself there, and they come to a room, and all the face huggers are out. Okay, and so what they decide to do is heat up, because otherwise these things are going to attack. So they heat up the room, so they're saying body temperature, and then Andy reveals, don't be afraid. If it senses your fear, sweat or whatever, trying to, your body trying to bring your temperature down, they will attack. So they do have that where they're walking through, and he's on the phone. He's on the headset, and he's talking to his girlfriend, Bjorn, and all of a sudden you see them moving, and then all of a sudden Andy does say run, and they run. And that's a fine scene. It works, but it's not terrifying. It's just that they add a little bit of tension there, and this is something good of the movie, but I hated it because the characters are not that interested. Andy's likable, but the rest are obnoxious. They're kind of like the most annoying characters you can put in a movie. So this is the Aliens and Alien. Oh God, Resurrection. Fuck, this movie is shit. I was bored. This movie was not interesting. Aliens. This movie takes its time. yes, but it's everybody in the movie is likable. You don't want anything to happen to these people in the movie. They have personalities. They have well-developed characters. These fuckers, I give not one shit about any of these people. I say kill them all off. The main star actress sucks. She's obnoxious, and oh my god, yeah. And I swear to God, I say kill all these fucking people. They're all obnoxiously annoying. I wanted them all, yeah. And there is a second scene that's really actually has to do with, I think it's Bjorn, and he gets captured. He gets stabbed through by the alien, and there's another one coming. This is what I hate about the idea of calling it alien, having multiple one of these fuckers. One's coming towards him, and he basically, he starts. I think he's shooting at it, and so the one alien has him through, like stabbed him with its tail. He basically takes his tongue and kills him through his face with it. Yeah, basically obliterating his face. So killing him. Yeah. Then, and I mean this when I say this movie I wanted to really like this movie. I wanted this movie to be good, but it was shit. It was shit. And it didn't have the tension, I can explain why Alien is the perfect sci-fi horror movie, and this stuff after Aliens, Alien Resurrection, and Alien Romulus fail to do what this fucking amazing movie goddamn did. Yeah, it fails because they lose tension. The idea that there's something you can't kill and you don't know where it is, and they're trying to, and they don't know how to get rid of it. That's more terrifying than having a bunch of these things and you're shooting them and it's slow-mo. Oh my god, they shoot up. They have a shootout on these fucking, except for the one. The first, as they say, xenomorph, fuck off. Rain kills all these others and their blood. They stop the gravity, so they fall in the air, and she starts killing them. Their acid is in the air. Yeah, floats in the air. It's really stupid looking. Oh my god. And then when they drop, gravity comes on, because it's a time limit. There's a time limit apparently turning off the gravity. So the gravity comes on, and all the acid hits, everything falls down, and you get basically acids eating through everything. It's like, oh, that's really dumb. There's a reason you don't fire a weapon in space. There's no air in space. If you get sucked out, you're going to die. So really stupid. Another stupid thing these characters do. So the chick, they call her actress here. I'm not kidding, but she's Kay. I keep forgetting her fucking name. Gets injured, attacked by the alien. She does survive, and she starts, and she falls down quite a bit, and she's pregnant. So she realizes something's wrong, and they've got the goo. Yeah, and they think they want to work on it because they think this is, and I kid you not, Rook tells them that human beings can't survive. They're not meant to colonize the universe. He says this in the movie. They're not meant to colonize the fucking universe. You can't handle everything that's out there. So this alien, this parasite is supposed to be the next step, and that's why he broke down the face hugger and found the goo. So they think that they can basically, and they showed it injected into a rat, but the messed up part is what it did to the rat. They don't. And so, I told you this movie's shit. It's all over the place, like I am with this. So here's the big fucking fuck all to Alien Resurrection. They bring that shit back in the movie, where the chick who's pregnant, Kay, injects herself with the fucking goo. Oh, yes. This could not have gotten more dumb. Yay. I'll talk about the whole Alien, why fucking Alien's the masterpiece. But this is the third and final act of this piece of actual shit. I gave positives. This movie's mostly dog shit. It is well shot. I will give him that. The cinematographer does a great job shooting the movie. This third final act is so fundamentally retarded. It reintroduces the fucking hybrid. Yes, if you saw Alien Resurrection, remember the fetus thing the queen bitch shits out and basically that's supposed to look part human? Well, congratulations, the pregnant bitch injected herself and then all of a sudden she's in a stasis pod and they look and she gives birth to what, to something, and then to something. And then as, Rain is trying to get it so they can shove it, get it off the ship, it falls, and then it opens up and it goes, you hear a baby. Oh, I'm not joking. So then, Rain decides to go after this. Oh, this is where things go to shit and the CGI looks like absolute shit. She encounters this. Let me look at what they say it's called in the movie because they do give it okay, where is it? The Offspring. Yes, The Offspring. Hey, that's also the name of a band. So The Offspring looks like actual CGI dog shit. It's supposed to look human and alien. It has a tail, its tongue, and when we see it, when she gets down there, the thing is killing Kay. Yes, it's actually attacking. It finds its mother and basically knocks Andy. As she finds it, and Rain finds Andy, he's been seriously injured, and she goes after, following where this thing is. Oh God, this thing. Fucking hell. So we get to where she comes upon this thing, the Offspring, and it's killing Kay. We don't know exactly what it's doing, but it looks like it's eating or drinking. I could not tell you. This thing is so ugly. I thought it had one of the engineers' faces. I kid you not. It looked like they put an engineer, like, for the face of this fucking stupid looking thing. The fucking hell. What year did they create this thing? Was this created back when CGI was fucking in its infancy? This thing was so hideous looking and stupid. I was like, what the fuck is that? And the face made me think of the engineer. I am not kidding. This thing was so ugly looking. I was like, oh. And we spend so much time with this. Yes, and this thing's tall. And it's... So, eventually, they do get this thing with acid and everything off the ship. Yeah, she actually shoots this thing. There's the bay that you can dislodge, and she eventually is able to dislodge the bay, and this thing is going into space, and then suddenly it pops back up. Don't ask me how. And she eventually shoots it, gets it fall into space, and at the end of this stupid movie, they literally recreate the part where, the part of this movie, she puts Andy turns him off, basically says, no matter what, she's gonna get him to where the synthetics are not allowed to go to this new planet that they mentioned in the movie, which is stupid. And so she goes and leaves a fucking message as if this was an alien. No, the last survivor of whatever the name of the fucking ship I could give two shits about. Oh my God, this movie was so bad. I hated this fucking thing. It was boring. I kept looking at my watch. How long is this fucking movie? It's too fucking long. I think they said it's 119 minutes. It felt like a 4-hour tour. I'm not joking. This thing was so fucking long. I kept going, it didn't scare me. Like I said, it had a few tense moments. But that's it. It's 119 minutes long, and it felt like a chore to get through. Yeah. I'm not even going through the whole goddamn thing. And it's like, yeah. And it basically, it's really bad. The acting is not good. Except for David Johnson, everybody else is not likable. You could give two shits about these characters, and you don't care when they die. And the ending is terrible. It's Alien Resurrection all over again. What a piece of shit movie. Now, I say this is the perfect film because thank God we have Alien. This is both theatrical and director's cut. Here, the alien is a parasite. They do mention that, but they don't give it a name. And this thing's able to lay its own eggs. We see in a scene that's deleted from the theatrical cut where Ripley comes upon Dallas, who's been cocooned, and he's got one of these things and he tells her to kill him. And that's when she sees the eggs and then she burns, realizing these things can lay their own eggs. Why this movie works is it builds the tension slowly. It doesn't push anything. I could just go like, okay, let me look up Alien just to show you. I hate the other movies. Yeah, 1979. I was 8 years old when this movie came out. And it's the most perfect movie, sci-fi horror movie of all. And it really is the most amazing sci-fi horror movie because it does what no other film can do. It builds the tension. Let me look at how long this movie is. 160 minutes. Unlike Alien Romulus, this movie never felt fucking bored. I wasn't bored while watching this. This movie does what Alien Romulus, Aliens, and Alien Resurrection don't do. They build tension. Those movies are all about shooting up and action. This movie, why I love this movie, real simple. It gives time, and you get to know the characters, and you like these people. They're normal people. They talk like real people. They talk like they work in a company and they've been treated pretty bad. Like they're taken advantage of by the corporation, and that they want to go home. You get these people. You understand the people in this fucking movie. They're real people. They come off as genuine human beings with emotions, and they're, yeah. And even John Hurt's Ash, until you realized he was actually not he was a synthetic individual, that he was actually, you thought he was human. He laughed and everything, and it was just like, wow. That's the thing. She was also, originally, Meryl Streep was supposed to be but thank God Sigourney Weaver, because she's the second in command in this movie. Yes. And she was right the entire time not to let John Hurt's character back on as King, because he had the parasite in him. This movie does what no other film, and I'm going to say this, I love Prometheus. I love Covenant. Yes, they're prequels to this masterpiece. None of the other films can touch this fucking movie. None of them have this. Movie was perfect. Everybody in it are likable people. They're human beings. They come off as normal, everyday people who just want to go home. They come upon a message, and unfortunately, everything for them goes to shit. This movie has what the others don't, and what Romulus should have done. Tension, fear, the unstoppable you can't kill. Aliens turned this into shit. It spit all over this movie. Aliens is fucking James Cameron. That retarded motherfucker had one good movie, and that was Terminator, and the rest is credits. How can I blow things up and make everything look like shit? Okay? The purest form of fucking terrifying. And Razor Fist is right. This movie is your worst fear and nightmare you can't kill. A parasite. Aliens, let's just call them xenomorphs and shoot them up. Yippee. No tension, no fear, no nothing. When you look at the cast of this movie, it's perfect. Everybody, you know who they are. They're human beings. The cast in Romulus sound like they don't talk like people. Nobody in this movie, like I said, Andy's probably, even we know he's a synthetic, but he seems like the most human character in the movie. All the rest of these people are stupid, and they don't talk like regular human beings. This movie, and I'll keep reiterating, these people are normal. Sigourney Weaver, Tom Skerritt is Dallas. He's the captain. Sigourney Weaver is his second in command. And when she refused to let them come back on because of what happened to Kane, and it turns out she was right. Nobody listened to her. And she got called a bitch by Lambert. Lambert calls Ripley a bitch because she refused to allow, because it violated the rules are you don't bring somebody that might have a contagion on board. And because they didn't listen to her, everything went to shit. That's what makes this movie amazing, is the tension it built. In an hour, the 116 minutes, this movie does what very few fucking even horror movies do. It gives you a nightmare you can't escape. And what does fucking Aliens do? I'll just shoot them. Yay, all the tension removed. It's an action film. Ooh, stroke my dick. And then Alien 3, I think David Fincher was trying to go back to this movie. That's why he had the one alien and killed off the two characters from Aliens, because I think he legitimately was trying to be closer to Alien and build the tension, the story, and everything. And overall, if he had been left alone and 20th Century Fox didn't fuck with him, we would have gotten a perfect sequel to Alien. Instead, Alien sequel is a video game called Alien Isolation that does the same thing, builds the tension. Nothing you have really can kill this alien, and it will hunt you down. And the sound, everything, it's like, yeah, there's things in this movie that can come directly from that. The door opening is from Alien Isolation, where you have to pump the thing and open the door. And the save points are basically telephones that are in this movie, like I said. But the thing that makes Alien Romulus not good, it had nothing. It's supposed to be a sequel, and it didn't feel like a sequel. It felt like a sequel to Aliens, which I hate. I hate Aliens with a passion. I will never hate this fucking movie. This movie is so perfect. If you want to make a sci-fi film that's terrifying and everything, do not follow Aliens. There's nothing terrifying about that movie because it's a stupid shoot 'em up where Ellen Ripley gets over the death of her crew and her daughter, finding out her daughter's dead quickly. So it's like, oh, okay. This movie, there's no tension. There's a couple of scenes, like I said, that have a little bit, but it all gets ruined by too many of these, xenomorphs, aliens instead of one, and then having this fucking offspring thing that's like Alien Resurrection all over again, and it ruins the entire fucking movie. I wanted to like this movie. I heard people say how bad that movie is. There's people nobody in the theater when I saw it today cheered when this movie was over. People were eager to leave. I don't think anybody in that theater. We were more people. It wasn't a full theater, but the people who showed up, I think they wanted to like this movie. I saw an old lady who could barely walk come to see this movie. That tells you this movie was never going to be terrifying. The trailer makes you think, oh, this is going to be a good movie. That's what the trailer does. What a trailer is supposed to make you excited to see a movie. And then I saw it hoping it was better than I thought. And it let me down. And like I said, I like Freddy Alvarez. But I don't understand these fucking Rotten Tomato reviews or the Metacritic, how so many people can fucking say they like this movie. I don't get it. I'm like, wow, I watched this thing. I don't know what they watched, but yeah, it's really weird how this many people can literally say this movie's good. Like, I want to show you some of these fucking, let's look at some of the reviews of this fucking thing, Oops, no, I don't need that. I want to look back at this. It makes for a decent time at the pictures, and the grind. Oh my god, this movie's stupid. The imperfect though, Romulus maybe. It's also no, it's not. Oh, if you're talking about the fucking alien shit, that's all dog shit. And a slate of films whose original maker has taken the extended story seriously enough to. Some of these people. Yeah, this is the thing. Critics are like, Oh, thankfully, under the steady hand of Freddy Alvarez, the movie never slips into. Oh, God, these people are idiots. Alien Realms, A Nightmare in Space. What? What are you fucking talking? Oh my God, these people are dumb. Did what? Aliens? It's shit. Oh my God, these people are fucking. After a slow and somewhat jumbled start, Alien Romulus gets better as it goes. What the fuck are you smoking? It's one of the most. No, there's no suspense. Visually striking. The fuck did you see that shit at the end of the fucking movie? See, Alien was perfection. This is perfection. This is dog shit. Oh my God, these people are fucking. This is why it's crap. Because critics are retarded. This brings it. No, it doesn't. In what fucking way? Alien didn't call these things, call it a xenomorph. James Cameron did. You people are fucking crackheads. He knows. What? This movie had nothing. The characters were empty, pointless. Oh my God, this is so. No, nobody cheered at the. I don't know. It's a property entertain, actually. No, there's no scariness to it. Wow, these people are literally smoking crack. Yeah, this movie was absolute terrible. Now I want to look at, yeah. Okay, let's look at some. Oh my God, what? Yeah, there were, like I said, certain things were good about it. The story was shit. Loved it, just, oh my God, what the fuck? There were no thrills or scares. Of course you idiots loved this movie. Oh wow. See, this is why terrible movies get made. No, if you're talking about fucking being dog shit, it's not faithful to Alien. See, this is Alien. Yeah, really. Yeah, look at all the fucking retards who think this movie's actually good. No, you fucking retards. None of you know shit about Alien. This is why these people are, wow, these people are all crackheads. I want to see if there's anybody giving an honest review about this, because this movie is absolutely pure dog shit. Where to begin? We're supposed to believe that a bunch of kids can pilot spaceships and kill aliens. The oversaturation on nostalgia, they desperately tried to make Conley a new Ripley, and she sucked. From the ruckus to running around the ship half naked. They also missed on the spirit of. That's the problem. The fucking word James Cameron fucking gave this dog shit from Alien. See, this is how you know this is dog shit. These idiots are like, oh, the xenomorph is not what was called in this fucking movie. That's why they're fucking James Cameron fan fucks. They love aliens. They don't like Alien. Alien had no word xenomorph in it. No, it is not. Oh, it has, a few Easter eggs. Oh, fuck off. You people are all fucking retarded. I mean, wow. This is why these people are idiots. I would leave a review. This movie was absolute trash. Really. Wow. See, this is why bad movies get fucking made. No, it didn't. Fuck off. Had nothing to do with the original. Literally, this movie was fucking had none of what was the original film. Get the fuck out of here. This movie had nothing the original fucking movie. Horrible story, great special effects. I wasted plus my time seeing this. Yeah, you actually have somebody. It's Alien's greatest. Hold on, let's go back here. I missed some of them. Let's see. It's Alien's greatest hit wrapped up in one film with terrible plot holes and even worse dialogue. Enjoy. No, it's not the greatest hits. this movie started kind of slow, and then there was a lot of. That's the problem. It's not an alien film. The action part should have given away that this was not an alien film. You wanted aliens. You got aliens. You didn't get alien. You got aliens. No, it's fucking goddamn terrible. See, I like the people that didn't get hoodwinked in this shit. While there were a few moments that were, no, it wasn't exciting and new, this film heavily relied on the nostalgia of the original, and it didn't capture any of its feel, to the point of making it a bit annoying and predictable. The characters, other than two main, weren't well developed at all, nor their relationships with one another. What relationship? Let's look at the rest of this review. This is okay. Each other. It made it difficult to really care about what happened to them, and made their outcomes have less impact. Overall, wouldn't really recommend this movie to others. I just refer them back to the much copy. Yes, this movie. You want to see a great movie? This had this. These people giving it high praise are fucking idiots. This is the problem with people. They talk about, oh, this is to the original. No, had no real connection to the original. See, the original had tension, had no action. Yes, they were running, or there was a scene where Dallas was trying to find it, but other than that, there was no fucking action. It was literally a slow burning horror movie in space with a fucking thing they couldn't kill. Fucking Jesus Christ. This is the problem with fucking modern cinema. It's fucking shit. I like Freddy Evers. I said I wanted to like this movie. I came out fucking wanting to. I hated the fucking movie. The few positive I give don't ruin how awful this fucking. The characters were empty and had no personality. Alien gives you fucking characters you give a shit about. So when they die in the movie, that's another thing. These characters in this fucking movie are so fucking bland and boring. You don't give two fucking shits about these fucking nobodies. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, when you look at this cast, it's like, okay, none of these people. Do you care about any of these people when they die? Yeah. You got some cool, like I said, it had some things like the look. It had, and of course a couple of deaths were, but overall, it was a piece of shit. It was a waste of time. I wish I had not gone and seen this movie. And instead, this is the fucking sci-fi horror movie that you fucking idiots wish. You keep pushing fucking shit like Alien Romulus, you get fucking Aliens, which is shit. The poster. First of all, yeah, this movie is perfection. The Alien did come off more like this when you finally see the one that you're supposed to see in the movie, not the multiple. Why do you think this is called Alien? There's one alien in the movie. This fucking thing in this movie, this is the director's cut in theatrical. It's terrifying. This movie had no. I said if you like the movie, that's fine. But you saying this is close to Alien, you can eat shit. It had a couple things that, like the original Alien being found. But other than that, nothing else connected it to the original movie. It felt like they waited too long to do this movie, and it felt more like a sequel to Aliens than Alien. It had nothing that made me think of Alien. It had made me think of Aliens and Alien Resurrection. Yeah. And you notice how none of them talk about the shitty ending of the movie that absolutely wrecks the whole movie. So yeah, this movie was dog shit. It was slow. The characters were nothing. The personalities were fucking shit and shit. Yay! That's just like Aliens. The characters, who care about them? A bunch of fucking space marines, and I did not give two shits when any of the characters were killed. I didn't even care about Ripley at that point because she wasn't the character from the first movie. She was Cameron's wet dream of feminism. And Alien Resurrection can go fuck right off the cliff. I'll say this, Alien 3 was close to being, If it hadn't been for the stupid adding the queen at the end, that was stupid. But having it isolated, one location, and they can't kill this thing, and not knowing when it's going to strike, and the fact that it's murdering people, that's what made it alien. Until fucking 20th Century Fox interfered to the point David Fincher quit. And by the way, David Fincher shares the same birthday day as I do, the 20th of August. Yep. So, oh, and I share the same. Winona Ryder is a couple months younger than me. Yeah, she was born in 1971, like Christine Applegate. Yep, I'm turning 53 this month. Winona Ryder will be turning 53 in October the 29th, and I think Christine Applegate turns sometime this year. She turns 53. Yeah. So I just want to talk about this. Movie sucks. It's a piece of shit. I hated it. I was bored up. I kept watching my watch. Oh my god, this movie bored the fuck out of me. So there you go. This movie is as big a piece of shit as Aliens, Alien Resurrection, and yeah, this is what it's supposed to be about. See that thing? It's all supposed to be about this thing and you can't kill it. Fucking the rest of these movies are dog shit. This is Gilgamesh, and have a good night.